What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Juju the Master Manifester, and I am back with another video. So today, I'm just going to be recording myself making a couple of my sprays. I'm just going to be working ahead because I make everything handmade. So with me doing everything handmade, when I get an order, I stop everything and start making that order. So instead of doing that, I'm going to just start making everything in bulk, and then just when I get an order, I'll just ship it out. I'll have to worry about is packaging it and shipping it. So I have many different sprays, but I'm going to be doing some of my sprays and some of my roll-ons. So I don't know if I'm going to do too much talking. Probably just going to be recording myself through this. I may talk a little bit. I'm going to be showing you what I use, of course. I have those bottles, and I have roll-on bottles. I'll be showing you making my sprays. They're amazing. I got some amazing feedback from my clients and customers as well because I do a spray. My first spray was the before bed protection mist. The way I know this stuff works is because I make products for myself. So with me being highly spiritual, one of the common things that you experience on your spiritual journey is dreams. Like that's usually how your ancestors and spirit guides will be communicating with you. So it could be a lot for a newbie. The dreams, it could be scary because they send you messages and you never really know how to take some of them. You could constantly be dreaming about a person, or some people have like sleep paralysis and nightmares, and some people astral travel without realizing that's what they're doing. So, and that's actually what I was experiencing since I was a child. So that's why I started making these. I have a metaphysical store, so I make many of my products, but with these, a lot of these are, potions and things I came up with myself. So you may see other people do it differently. Still, there's no right or wrong way. You just, when you're doing making products for yourself, you just have to put good energy into it. You want to make sure you're clear on the intention. You want to make sure the herbs that you're using work with the elements of what you're trying to achieve. So if you're making something or making a potion or a spray for love, you're going to use love herbs. You're going to use things that represent love. So you could add rose quartz, rhodonite. You could add any green crystal. For my sprays with money, I'm going to add a citrine crystal in those, and I actually have a few citrine. And I'm going to do in my before bed sprays, I'm going to put mini chips of black tourmaline that I actually crushed up. So, all right, so I've removed all the lids, and so I'm just going to start inserting everything into my tubes. But before I start, I'm just going to show you guys the things that I use, the ingredients that I use. Um, you can do this any way you want to, but you want to keep in mind, like I said, the elements of what you're trying to draw in and your intentions of what you want to draw in. I want to make this as informative as possible, but also very laid back. Like this isn't going to be like a super. I don't want to say it's going to be detailed, but it's not going to be super like every step by step. You kind of just want to pay attention to what I'm doing. But I'm going to explain the ingredients that I'm using. I'm not going to explain all the ingredients because people like to copy. You know, but I'm going to start out. This is an Egyptian musk incense. You can get these on my website www.mastermanifestor888.com. I'm just going to start by putting the smoke in here. This will be the element of air incense. Incense. I'm just kind of like going around the bottles, and then I'm going to dip it in. A little bit of ash got on it, but I don't know if y'all can see, but it's like you can see the smoke inside it. I'm gonna let the smoke catch. Foggy. Y'all can see it coming up. So this is just something I like to do because it just adds more of the energy that I'm drawing in. So How foggy that is. I'm just adding this to the bottles. You can use sage, you can use Palo Santo, you can use Dragon's Blood sage will be a good one to use as well. And for the before bed, you can use the yerba sage and herb. That's really good for protection. And if you're tapping into the spirit realm, it's like a good form of protection to let you know you're communicating with who you think you're communicating with. That's just a little tidbit. I'll show y'all that herb in just a second, but I'm just gonna be putting the rest of the smoke in here. I'm probably gonna speed this part up, so to find I live in Houston, so there's a botanica pretty much on every corner. So a lot of the conditioning oils that I'm gonna be using, you might not have locally in your area, but if it's something that you want that I use in this video, just let me know and I can get it in the store, in my metaphysical store, and you'll be able to purchase it online. So, put my incense down. We're gonna get started. So first, I'm gonna start out with the herbs. So, let's see. Well, no, I actually start out with my crystals because I'll be able to. So these are gonna be my money over here. My money splash. This is gonna be the deadly attraction. I get quite a few of these, especially in the roll-ons I do. And then this is my before bed spray. A couple more of those because I know I've been getting quite a few orders on before bed. So, I'm gonna start doing more of these videos just because people who may want to open a metaphysical store start creating their own products, spiritual products, or offering them to clients. You definitely want to kind of look at different. I ain't gonna say recipes, but look at different things that you can find online or in books, and make it your own. Like do everything with intention. Make it your own. So, all right. So we got all of these ready. Here are my citrine pieces, very tiny little pieces. I don't know if some of these will be able to fit in there. These are for my money splash, so I'm going to use citrine. I also might throw a pyrite in one of these. So when they finish, they'll have a crystal they can carry because these are the size small, my crystals. They're a little bit smaller than I like to sell, so I'll put them in here. This one is too big, so I'll put a mini pyrite in. Oh, this one isn't too big. Here's a mini pyrite. So citrine and pyrite, these two are really good for prosperity and abundance. Like these two together are truly amazing. I'm gonna do some more videos too because there's a lot of things that I want to teach you guys, like um different little rituals and things that you guys can do um to bring prosperity into your life. So there's many ways. Putting citrine and pyrite in the window with ancestor money. So these don't fit, so I'll have to get some more, but for the sake of this video, it'll be fine. But there are things that you can do to draw money to you. A lot of people be like, oh, that sounds weird, putting this and that in the window, and that sounds evil. Well, don't do it. Don't do it. If it sounds evil, don't do it. Period. So this is ancestor money. I'm going to be adding this to the money splash as well. I'm going to cut it up and add it. This is what ancestor money looks like. Ancestor money, you use it as an offering to the ancestors or to your spirit guides. If you want to ask them for something, you would burn, something like this. I have larger denominations as well. I can show you a little money board right here. So like this is a larger denomination here. ancestor money that I carry. But I didn't want to use those because I actually don't want the colors to seep out. You can also use real money for stuff like this, like dollars. That's really good to do. But I mean, use what you have. So we got our citrine pieces added to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're going to be doing 6 of these for the money splash. And here, like I said, these are going to be for the deadly attraction. These are going to be for the before bed. So for these money ones, I'm just going to continue with these. I'm going to cut the ancestor money like so. But guys, when it comes to making your own products or making stuff for clients, you really want to just focus on the properties. Like, it's not about the glitz and the glams. You know, spirituality is not always cute or a cute process, you know, but we do want to make our products, you know, make sense, you know. You want everything to make sense with the intention of what you're trying to draw in. And also, you guys, let me know what types of videos y'all want to see. Like, I literally just pulled out my camera recorder because I'm like, let me just record this. Like, I'm just a regular work day. Let me just record this. So here is my ancestor money cut up. I'm just gonna. I don't know if I like the big pieces in here. This is what it looks like. People don't understand how spirituality works and how certain elements being brought together really works. Like, people think this like weird. This is not anything new. You know, do your research. But this ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So, you know, get into what these herbs represent. You know, this is all, you're basically just bringing different elements of nature together. So if you're saying nature is evil or it's something about nature that isn't right, then it's like, what? All you're doing is bringing elements of nature together. Herbs come from the earth. Crystals come from the earth. Water comes from the earth. You know, air, like all the elements. Fire, you know, when I did the crystal, even though that actually represents air, a flame here. See how I'm burning burning a candle while I do this. It's like you're just focusing on your intention and speaking positivity over your products. So like just affirming that more money is already available to you. You know? Affirming that protection is already available. You know, affirming that you're gonna get a good night's rest. Affirming that true love comes from within. You know, that's what my daily attraction spray is all about. It's attraction for sure. Like, I use cinnamon, I use attraction oil, daily attraction oil, lodestone oil, so many different attraction oils, like never leave me oil, unfuck me oil. Like, come on now. Like, work with the elements. You use different ingredients that make sense for what you're trying to make. I want to do more educational videos, so that's why I'm like, let me pull out this camera. Nothing too much. Just showing y'all a little bit into my process. Every single thing that I make is made with that specific intention. Okay, so I got all the long trips out, and I just have pieces of money and the citrine. So I have that right here. Money in the roll on. Okay. I have my crystals and my money in there. So moving on. All right, so moving on to my powders that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using High John powder. High John powder is good for many things. I'm gonna read it off to y'all. So High John the Conqueror powder is good for strength, confidence, conquering any situation, obtaining success, prosperity, love, and protection. So I'm gonna add this into all of them. This is lodestone. This is good for attracting anything. So with lodestones, where are my lodestones at? I don't think I have them up here. With lodestones, those are just good for. Oh, I have it in my money jar, but it's good for attracting anything. Okay, so you want to be clear with your intention. So I have this little scooper. I'm gonna just be adding the powders in. So I also have money drawing powder. Be adding in, of course, to the daily attraction. I mean, not daily attraction, the money splash. The hydrogen powder, I'm going to be. I'll just be scooping just a little bit in there. Literally, I don't use that much. Like, it's no need to use that much. Like, a little goes a long way. This is the hydrogen powder. Very protective. Very protective. And it's good for love. Really good for love. So I'm putting that in the daily attraction because my daily attraction, I don't use stuff that has the energy of like fuck buddy energy. I use it more like sugar daddy kind of energy. So like whoever you're attracting, they're gonna come with something. I use Life of Luxury oil, Gold Digger oil. I use what else do I use? That is like Sugar Daddy Splash from Magical Lady Duchess. Anything I put of hers in my products, I already know. It's a guaranteed. So yeah, I put High John powder in everything, so that's what I'm finishing up now. And this is gonna save me a lot of time. Like when I sit down and do my orders, like one day I might get four fills on my sprays, and it's like I have to sit there and do four of these with all these ingredients, and it's just like that's so time consuming. So I'd rather just have it ready. And I'm gonna start doing that with my pre rolls as well because those take forever. I ain't gonna lie, when I be having to do them, and people get a lot of those at a time, I'll be like, oh my goodness, like. Okay, so that was for the hydron. Next, the lodestone. I'm just gonna do these and the money, and then the deadly attraction because we want to attract. I don't even need this scooper no more. It's taking too long. Oh shit. Oh Lord, I about want to scoop that up. I had a big old glob to fall down. Okay. Lodestone powder. So I'm gonna add this money into the daily attraction and into the money splash. So of course we know why I'm doing it in the money. The daily attraction, like I said, we're attracting somebody that's coming out with it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's gonna, court us. Not somebody that's just gonna think we finna Netflix and chill. Cause who's doing that? We too old for that. All right, that's really the intricate part of it. So I have everything in there. This is all the powders, herbs. Okay. So moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and start to add my other ingredients. So rainwater, Florida water, cinnamon water. This already has my herbs in it, like cinnamon. I'm not gonna add any ground cinnamon, but I have that as well. And I just use this. You can go to the dollar store for your cinnamon or grocery store. Forgot to add my lavender. I'll add that. And my spearmint. I like to add that to my money. And my lemon balm. And my mugwort. And my chamomile. I forgot about these, y'all. Add. So, spearmint is good for. This is spearmint here. It smells just like spearmint. It smells really, really good. It's good for passion, protection, travel strength, vitality, exorcism, refreshing, mental clarity, healing, and love. So this is good for, I'm going to do this in the before bed spray and in the daily attraction. Yeah, water is back over here. So daily attraction. Look, y'all, I didn't quit using my tools at this point. I didn't just start using my hands. My hands are clean, so it don't matter. Let it go. Y'all spraying this on. Ain't going in your mouth. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite one is the before bed. Like the daily attraction, don't get me wrong, that one's fire. And the money splash is fire. But my favorite one is the before bed because it's no better feeling than getting a good night's sleep after you've been up for like 4 days straight. Cause spirit wanna sit up and talk, or it just be a lot of different factors that come into play. And a lot of people don't be knowing why this stuff is happening. So it's good to have clarity on it. Next I'm going to be using, let me see. Lemon balm. Lemon balm is good for lemon balm right here. Lemon balm. Right here. Lemon balm. 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 Lemon Lemon balm is good for psychic and spiritual development, healing, success, love, spells and rituals for mental and nervous disorders. So that's definitely going to be in the protection mist, and it's definitely going to go in the love, and I'm gonna go and throw it in the prosperity too. So the money. So anytime I'm using like my money, it's gonna the base of it is gonna be the cinnamon water, which I add other herbs and everything. In this one, you can see at the bottom, that's gonna be the base of it. So with lemon balm, it's like crumbly. I don't know how to like you press it and it kind of crunches up. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit, and this is going in all of them. So I'm gonna also just talk to y'all a little bit as I do this. So I'm just grateful for this journey that I'm on. Like I've come a long way since I started my metaphysical store, which started out as a crystal store. I was only selling crystals, sage, and incense, but I mean, it's crazy what spirit will do when you're obedient and you do it like as you're told, and you include them in your decision making. It's not like you have to do everything that they say. When you include them, it's just amazing. And I came to them before I even started my business, and I'm like, would this be a good fit? Because I mean, I've always done this. As far as spirituality, I've always been a spiritual person. People have always come to me for spiritual advice. So I just didn't know if I was ready, quote unquote. Never feel like you're not ready if you're being called to do something. Because, I'm 2.5 years in deep now, and it's just, wow. It's just amazing. Okay. So, chamomile. Chamomile is good for meditation, rest, purification, calmness, sleep, prosperity, money, love, and incense for God. So, as you can see, that falls into play for all of these. So, we're going to use it for all of them. So, these are the big buds. Looks like little flowers, but it's also like more grounded at the bottom. So, I'm going to be getting more of the grounded. I'm struggling, y'all. Okay. And people have the nerve to ask about price. It's like, seriously? Do you know how much stuff goes into this? Not only the bottles and stuff, it's like the actual products and ingredients are of quality. I don't put cheap ass stuff in my products. With that being said, if you're going to use the deadly attraction, don't use it before you go out in nature, because I made that mistake. And it's, with the deadly attraction, it's a lot of like sweet smelling, like cinnamon, rose, and lavender, and you got all these sweet type of smells. Baby, them bees and mosquitoes ate my ass up. Well, not the bees, but the mosquitoes. Definitely. Okay, we got the lemon balm, we got the spearmint, and we got the chamomile. I'm going to add mugwort to the before bed. I'm going to read the properties of mugwort. So mugwort is good for astral travel, prophetic dreams, psychic powers, and scrying work. So that's going to be really, really good. So mullein is kind of like very like, it's like stuck together a little bit. So with this, a lot goes along. So this whole little piece, I'm not even gonna put in there. This will float. Yeah, mullein will float. It's like a soft, fluffy consistency. Okay, mullein. Okay, and the last but not least, well, this isn't the last herb. I also put rose petals in my daily attraction. But with this lavender is like one of my favorite herbs. It smells so good. But it just promotes peace. It attracts elves. It's good for purification, peace, love, psychic awareness, calming, balancing, strengthening, and stimulating, protection, healing, and antidepressant. So I'm gonna put it in the before bed. I actually like to put quite a bit of lavender, but I also use lavender oil. I'm gonna start back using my scooper in a second for my liquids because I don't want to have my stuff spill out. Because I got so much product that's just like on my cutting board. Turn my camera just a little bit so y'all can see a little bit better. Okay. So, but with the lavender, it has a very calming effect, very peaceful effect. So with my money, I want to also attract money, and I want it to come to me in a peaceful manner. I don't want it to be like it's like a lot of hocus pocus, or it's a lot of things that's in the way affecting my money. So I just want to come to me peacefully with no problems, in abundance, no problems. So that looks like y'all got a pretty good view right here. So is that enough lavender? I don't have enough lavender in mine before bed. I like to put a lot in here because when you get ready to lay down and you just smell that fresh lavender with the lavender oil and the eucalyptus, oh, it just smells so good. And the base of this is the Florida water, which is good for protection, like I said, and cleansing. So it's going to keep those low vibrational spirits and entities away from you, for sure. Okay, where's my phone? Uh-oh. All right, so now I'm going to move on to my waters. So I also have rose water here. This already has everything that I add in here. So like my oils, like all the oils that I use, I'm going to show them to you, but I'm really not going to add them because they're already in here. I do sometimes add them for the color, but the rose water is going to be for the deadly attraction. So this is the deadly attraction that I've already pre-made up. So right there. Okay. So starting out, I'm going to start out with my rainwater. And I want to just let you guys know, like I said, intention is everything. So with spirituality and everything, like, so we recently had a snowstorm, and that was like, I was going through a lot during that snowstorm. Like, I was at home, and it's like I was by myself. I was like afraid. It was a lot going on, but it was also snowing. But like the power was out for like 5 days. I was so scared, but I knew that my ancestors were with me, and nothing was gonna happen. Like nothing. Like the streets were pitch black. It was scary. And so I still stayed in my magic and I collected my snow water. And that's a good offering to the ancestors. They love snow water. Like when I tell you they guzzled that up, it's crazy. But this here is rainwater. Okay? This is rainwater. Rainwater is good to anoint yourself and your chakra points. It's good to pour in the bathtub for ritual baths. It's good to drink. You can use it as an offering. I wouldn't drink it just because it's dirt flying. And I know this is from the rain because this thing was empty. It's like dirt floating. You can see. But I don't think it's like, I don't look at it as a negative thing. Like, this is from the earth. This is earth, you know? It's good to clean your altar with, to make a floor wash. It's good to bless and protect your home by sprinkling it in four corners. It's good to put in a dark bowl and use it for scrying. It's good for kitchen witching. It's good for hair wash, body wash, watering your plants, jars, spells, potions, and rituals. And yeah, so I'm going to add it just because it's good. Like I said, it's a protection. It's a good protector. So I'm actually going to add this into the before bed. Let me use mine. I usually use this scooper. Let me find it. It's like a squeeze scooper, but I'm gonna use that for my. It's a squeeze scooper, but I'm gonna use that for when I add in my oils. So, like I said, I'm gonna just use it for the before bed. And I have to give me some more when it rains. So this is what it looks like. See, the herbs are lifting up. Spirituality, you make it your own. You know, rainwater, snow water, that's nothing new. That comes with your research and things like that. You learn new things. Like, now you know. My mentor taught me that. So, spirituality, you just always want to stay in your magic and focus your intention on what it is you want to draw to you. It doesn't cost a lot to be spiritual. It's not going to cost you everything you own, like with Christianity. Like, I don't want to be that person, but spirituality is much different from um religion. And I feel like a lot of people coming over from Christianity, it's like they have this idea that you have to spend a lot of money to have this spiritual experience. I'm gonna start adding my rose water. Like, you have to spend a lot of money to have this spiritual experience, and that's not true. That is not true. You use what you have to draw what you want to you. So y'all see that adding in? I don't know if y'all can see that. It's right here. So I have like roses that stuck in here. Just pull that out. So I fill this up about a little bit over 2/3. Spirituality is about using what you have. You know, the ancestors didn't have all this fancy stuff. So you really want to focus your intention on what it is you're doing and use the things around you. That's the whole point. Spirituality is just about using what you have. Don't, if you're a beginner, your focus should not be on having a whole bunch of shit, like buying a whole bunch of crystals and herbs and tools and stuff that you don't need or don't know how to use. Don't start with that mindset. Of course, you want to be able to get these things, but also know what you're doing. Know how to use it. You shouldn't be doing anything like as far as making potions and stuff for yourself until about like 6 months in. Over 6 months, really. This is for the deadly attraction. Fill these up about halfway the bottles, the spray bottles. So this is roses in here. I'm gonna just add some more water to this because this rose water is literally rose water. And I like to make my own stuff. Like I said, this here I bought, but I added stuff to it. But I know how to make rose water though. Okay, so we got the deadly attraction in there, the base for it. So, but yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money. That's not the goal. The goal is to draw money, not spend what you don't have just because you're excited. Like, that's too much, you know? Okay. So this is the money. So we're going to do the cinnamon water in this. I'm gonna knock some of my stuff over. See, free pouring ain't doing it for me. I'm about to finish this bottle off. A little bit left. That's almost a little too much in here for it. But yeah, to say the least, this journey has been very interesting. I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot. I've taught a lot. Just grateful for the space that I'm in. Okay, the cinnamon water. I might add a little bit of cinnamon water to my daily attraction because that's the smell that I want to give. I don't like how that looks though. I haven't shaken it up yet, but it's not giving red, and the color of it is red, so I'm not gonna add much of that. So I'll go back and add what I need to add as I go. Okay. Now I'm gonna do my Florida water and my protection mist. You don't have to worry about cleaning the scoop or nothing like that. Like all the herbs, it's not like it's gonna hurt. You know, they all have spiritual and metaphysical properties. So that's the goal. That's what we're going for. And you can also dilute, like if you're making a spray, you can just add regular water, especially if you're doing like a house spray. That'd be good to do. I have another bottle of Florida water. I still want to add my some oils, so I'm leaving some space. But yeah, don't focus on spending too much money. You want to keep your money to yourself starting out because the newbie in you is going to want to spend $300 every week at the crystal store or on my website. And I'll be having to tell y'all, you don't need all of this shit. I have it for you when it's that time. But I'm just saying, don't get in the habit of buying shit that you don't know how to use. Now, if you know how to use it and you've studied, and you personally feel like you've done what you need to do, then yeah. But don't just jump into stuff, you know? So this is how the four bed looks. That's really pretty, actually. See how that looks? This is the daily attraction here. I'm still gonna add stuff to these, like fragrance oils, and I'm going to add some other stuff, other secret ingredients that I like to use. Alright, now I'm gonna start adding in my oils. So these will be both conditioning oils and they will be essential oils. So conditioning oils, all conditioning oils are oils that have been made for a specific condition to fix a specific condition. So I'm gonna show y'all what conditioning oil looks like. This is one version, and this is the Seven Sisters of New Orleans, the Better Business oil. So this will be added into my money. You see with this color, it's like a deep purple. So you have to be careful that it's not throwing off the colors of what you're trying to achieve. So that's one version, but that's just a version of a conditioning oil. This is Art of the Root. I love their oils and they're a good price. You get these for $7. And this is their Deadly Attraction. So I also use this, and it has like a really deep cinnamon smell. So this actually inspired this Daily Attraction. So I use a lot of cinnamon when I'm making it. Oh, it smells so good. It just smells so like addictive. So that's why I use a lot of cinnamon. It's like very passionate. It's very like when you walk past somebody, they're gonna be like, "Oh, she smells good." I use that. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna just tell y'all as I go. But I'm gonna start out using my patchouli oil. This is essential oil. So patchouli is good for drawing money. It's good for fertility. Um, it's good for the earth element, passion, and it's an aphrodisiac. It's a natural aphrodisiac. So since it's good for money, fertility, and an aphrodisiac, I'm gonna use it for these two. So I'm gonna get my little tool here. This one is broken. Okay. When I get to this step, I know I'm pretty much almost done. So this is like a rich orangish color. And I'm pretty heavy handed with my stuff. Not with the herbs, because like I said, I don't like to jam up my sprayer. So that's why it works, because you're using all these different elements to pull together the desire that you want. Okay, so I've added in my patchouli oil. Then I'm going to add Come Fuck Me oil, so conditioning oil. And I go into Deadly Attraction, and it's It's red. This is from Magical Lady Duchess. You do not need a lot of this stuff. Stuff is potent as fuck. I love her. So you see how that made it like a deep red color? Most of my love oils are red. Next, I'm going to use Adam and Eve. This is a conditioning oil, Adam and Eve oil. This is good for exactly what it said. Smells like minty. I just get a big scoop of this and just drop it in. Pretty soon I'm going to be making soap, like soap bars. I currently sell them, but I would rather just sell all my stuff. You know, all my products and not have any, besides like your Florida water, you know, the stuff that you need besides that. Dream oil. So I'm going to add in dream oil from Art of the Root. Get that red off. This video is going to be long. Dream oil. So of course this is going to be going inside of my before bed protection. Like I said, it's good for astral travel. So with astral travel, it's also good for lucid dreaming. But with astral travel, it's like you're outside of your body. You're traveling and doing things. You're just flying around and stuff like that. Okay, got my dream oil in there. And I'm going to add my 4-leaf clover oil for my money. This smells like detergent. Just the best way to put it. It smells like washing detergent. It smells really good, like very clean. So, like, look. Then I'm gonna add Life of Luxury oil. Although this is already inside of, like I said, a lot of this is already inside my rose water. But for the sake of the video, I can just add a little bit more. Usually I only add in more of the red or whatever color I'm trying to get. Because I like to preserve my products. Gold Digger oil. Then my Daily Attraction oil. Pop this off with it. So that's why I really don't be knowing what to call some of my stuff because like the roll-ons, first I was saying oil, but it's really not just oil. It's also like waters mixed with it. So I just made it into like a spray too. So people just have the option if they want to add the misting effect, then you just get the spray. But if you want to do a roll-on, that's more of like dabbing. Okay. Better Business Oil. Seven Sisters of New Orleans. That's going to go into my money. Okay, got those in there. Then I got my Lady of the House. That's all I'm going to use in the daily attraction. Because once you attract that person, you want to be the HBIC. You don't want to be the side piece. I could literally just put like a dab and that would be enough. But I like to just, you know, add a little razzle dazzle. Okay. Have those in there. Next, I'm going to add in Rose of Jericho from MLD. I added in spearmint and I added in a few other things because I don't personally like the smell of this, and I spray it quite a bit. So I just added some of my own stuff. So this is like a house blessing spray as well as protection. So I'm gonna put that in here. If I have anything about the Rose of Jericho, it's a plant. It's nothing on here. It smells better today. I'm gonna put this in the sleep protection as well. But the main smell of the sleep is more so like eucalyptus and lemongrass. I mean, not lemongrass. Why would I say lemongrass? I'm gonna add some lemongrass oil in there. But the main smell of this is like the lavender smell. It's gonna help you go to sleep better. So this is my lavender essential oil. I can be heavy-handed with this one, so I'm gonna be. It's clear. And this stuff is very potent. Like it has a very strong smell. I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add lavender oil. Other ones because we added lavender. And we want it to be peaceful, and we want it to be. We want you to wake up and be feeling at peace. And anytime you have on the smell, I just want you to always feel at peace. It's good for like anxiety as well. Lemongrass. Then I'm gonna add some fragrance oils. So I'm not gonna tell you the names of these, but these are like my cinnamon base that I use for my fragrance oils. Just know it's cinnamon flavored. One smells like a honey bun. This one smells like honey bun. And this is cinnamon sticks. So me personally, I don't really too much like the smell of the honey bun one, but I really like the smell of the cinnamon sticks. And this fragrance also has like a spicy, like cinnamon smell. So that's definitely going into daily attraction. Definitely. So we're just gonna top the rest of these off. This is my main smell. Oh shoot! Let's add. I was telling how much copyright going on. It smells so good. This is what it's looking like. This is a daily attraction. So you most definitely getting your money's worth. You ain't gotta worry about that. Ooh, it smells so freaking good. I'm gonna add a lot more in my money splash because again, Cinnamon is the base of it. I like how these giving like this white smoky effect. I'm gonna show y'all when I add it in. Look at the middle. Looks so pretty. And when you wear these, if you're going out into nature, just spray a little bit. So, like, let's say you're going out into nature. The roll-ons will probably be better just because it's not going to be as much. You can dab it behind your ear, but it's not going to be like the mosquitoes are going to, tear you up. Okay, that in there. Okay. Roses, some organic roses, dried roses. I'm going to be putting a few of these inside. Break them up a little bit. Just have it floating around. I'm only putting this in a daily attraction. So roses good for love, luck, divination, protection, peace, balance, strengthening the heart, psychic powers, healing, and happiness. So rose has a lot of benefits, but for the look of it, I don't too much want to put rose in the other one. But it could easily go in the other ones, especially this one. I might put one like bud in there, but I'm not gonna like break it up in the. But these smell so good. Like this is gonna be better than any, because like I'm not gonna lie, when you go to the botanica you don't get all natural type stuff, like you get factory stuff, but I use that to further make my products. So like you saw, I added the waters, I added the herbs, like you're bringing the stuff together, making it what it is. You're not ever going to just walk into the, unless you're walking into like a store where they make their products handmade, you're not too much really going to run into so many places that's selling the type of products that I'm making. So once I have my storefront, you'll be able to, and I live in Houston, so to be in Houston, but you'll be able to come inside the store and get products that are handmade. But in the meantime, of course, I'm rocking out with my online store. Like, I've been seeing a lot of success lately, and I saw success when I started. Success isn't about the money, it isn't about the numbers, it's about how much impact that you can make, how you can change a person's life. And to be able to do that, that's how I know I'm on the right path. So I'm gonna continue doing just that until I have my storefront, and then we'll rock out at the storefront. I'll probably have like an area where people can come and smoke hookah. I'll have like an area in the back with books, you know. Because to me, the crystal store was such an important part of my journey. And I love going to the crystal store just to see what's in there because I never knew what all the crystals meant. I just knew I loved the energy of it all. And if it was a place where I could go and I could hang out and not only read but also relax and then be in that environment, like it's a no-brainer. So I added my roses. This is what it's giving. Ooh, this smells so good. I'm glad I actually sat down and did it like this because I added some new things that I normally don't put in here. But when I was looking at everything sitting out like this, it was better. I was like, okay, this let me add this. Let me add this. So since roses are good for protection, I'm gonna add a leaf into all of them, like a rope. I couldn't find my rosebuds, so I'm gonna just add the petal. And I'm gonna also add a black tourmaline in these. So this is what it's giving. What it's giving, what it gave. It just really. Got some more cinnamon water, so I'm gonna just top these off when they're done. But I'm gonna add a little bit more oils. I have tea tree. I already put in patchouli. I have spearmint oil, lemongrass oil, and of course eucalyptus. But I have a little bit more eucalyptus here. This gone. This eucalyptus. So the tea tree. I'm gonna read what tea tree properties are. I think I have them here. Oh, it's not on here. Get up real quick. Okay, so this is why I wanted to read it because it's like a lot of good properties, and people only think it's for like skin and hair. So, for as far as essential oil, it's good for purification, protection, and strengthening. It's good for the planet, the Mercury, not the Mercury, I'm sorry, the moon, and then Mercury. It's good for the element fire. Um, it's good for Pisces, Capricorn, and Sag. It's good for the solar plexus. The powers of it breaks hexes, filters out negative energy and vibrations. Known as the herb of the angels, tea tree has been used by all major religions throughout history in protective rites. Um, it's good for the archangel Michael. It's good to be like if you have this, if you have, I'm gonna hurry up. If you have clear quartz, you can anoint your clear quartz with it. It works really good with the property of clear quartz. Then knocked over one of my bottles. Okay, I'm gonna add some more cinnamon water to that. But yeah, I just wanted to read a little bit about the tree, and it has a pretty strong smell to it. Tea tree oil. I personally like it though. Oh, it's strong. I'm gonna add some inside of before bed as well. Might as well put a little bit in. Not for the smell, but for the properties. Okay, got that. Got my rubber routine. Okay. Now, lastly, I have clean, fresh cotton fragrance oil. I'm gonna add to my before bed. Cause why not? Like I said, it's good for what it's called, like a fragrance, clean linen smell. And with the Florida water, paired with the Florida water, that smells so good. Essential oil. Put a little bit of this in there. This smells so good. This reminds me of my childhood. All right. I think that's everything. I did want to put a little bit of this strong love oil in my deadly attraction, even though, like I said, it's already in there, but it's red, like bright red. So like when you rub this deadly attraction or you dab it on your skin, make sure you rub it in all the way because it's really, really red because of the oils that I use in it. And you have real roses in there as well. So okay, then I'm gonna add my secret ingredients, which are my oil-based sprays that I use. I don't want y'all to see what I use, but this is definitely my secret ingredients. Or bed. It's really warm. So for this one, for my money splash, I'm gonna use this one. Even though I want to give a strong cinnamon smell, I also wanted to have a different linger on it. So this is gonna definitely make it like with this secret ingredient that I'm adding, it's gonna make it very, very potent to where you could spray this on and honestly it can stay on. The smell of it is gonna linger on your skin all day. I'm gonna use this one is gonna be for the deadly attraction. This one is a little too full. I like the smell of this fragrance oil. It's like very warm. Okay, so last one is gonna be for my before bed protection. It's just gonna add to the spray, the smell of it. And like I said, this fragrance is oil based. Oil based is gonna stick to the skin longer, and it's gonna smell different on the skin versus a perfume which is oil based. I mean alcohol based. And that is how I do my sprays. That's literally it. I know that was drawn out, but it's very informative for people who are on this spiritual journey because you really never know where you're going to end up. Like, I don't look at anything as competition. So, because I've, pretty much learned how to do this from YouTube. So, that's the reason I'm doing this, to pay it forward. Somebody could see my video and then that could just give them what they need to start making their own stuff or taking that step towards that building up their confidence to do this. So it's always good to buy stuff from people, but if it's something that you can make, then why not? Because it's gonna work if you put the right energy into it. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this real quick, and I'm gonna shake these up. And oh yeah, let me also add a little bit of depression mist. This is from MLD as well. Y'all know I love y'all. I'm using my personal products on my other products. So this is the depression mist, and it really works. So you spray yourself, good for anxiety and depression. But you spray yourself with it, and I promise it's like an energy booster. Okay. And really, I showed y'all a lot because I usually don't go into detail about all the products I use, especially not on my website because I get quite a bit of traffic to my website, and so it's nothing for somebody to just go to my product and see what I use and start making it. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be prosperous, stealing people's exact ideas. You have to do things with your own intentions. It's always better to go into it like, that smell good. I feel like I need more lavender oil though. Smell these. Okay, so as I'm fixing my bottles, I realized that I have too many herbs. So I have too many herbs in a daily attraction. So it's not wanting to spray. So let me show you. So it's like jamming up, but it'll spray out sometimes. So I'm realizing I need to pretty much dilute it. So this is a diluted version. So it doesn't have as many herbs in it, but it has the same stuff. Like it's the same properties. It's just minus the herbs. So you see how deep red this is? This has all the herbs in it. So what I'm going to be doing is pouring half into one bottle and then the rest in this one. And I'm going to just add rainwater for the remainder. Since it is a mist, we don't want it to be too thick, It's supposed to mist out. So this is diluted. It's still red. It's diluted. So let me see if this one sprays. It's like struggling to spray. And this is the one where I still have everything in it. So let me try this one, which is really, really diluted. Not really, really diluted. It still has the same stuff in there. I just added more water and took out a lot of the. Okay, why does not want to come out? It needs to be fixed. So that's what I'm doing right now. You always want to test your stuff before you send it out. Make sure you're not sending out stuff that doesn't properly spray. This one is like spitting out. It's not misting. This is what we want it to do. See that? That's what we want. These three are good. This one is good. See how that's misting out? That's good. That one's good. And it's strong. Very, very strong. That's what that looks like. Look, I keep spilling my stuff, man. Alright, I'll come back when I'm done. But alright, everybody, this was the video. I just wanted to show you guys my process. Like I said, this video wasn't going to be too much about the educational side of it, but still somewhat explaining the properties of things to you. But it's not going to be like a super structured video. I just wanted to turn the camera on while I was working on my products. But this is my thought process, you know, with everything. Just making sure everything works and is good for the clients. So that's it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out my website, www.mastermanifestor888.com, if you want to check out these products. And yeah, let me know below in the comment section what type of videos you want me to do. Thank you guys so much for watching.